Hi, Darla Demaro from Heartwork Organizing here, and I'm here to once again talk about photos, but you know that photos aren't always photos. In fact, you probably have a lot of media in your collection that you're still trying to figure out what to do with. These often have great memories on them, but you need to know what you're looking at. I'm holding these two up because they came through our office, and the client, I don't think, even knew that one is an audio cassette and one is a video cassette. But how do you tell which is which? They're almost the same size, and I'm going to share the secrets of how to tell which is which. So this is an audio cassette. If you're of a certain age, you remember making mixtapes. These used to come in 30, 60, or 90, sometimes 45 minutes too. But they'll be different sizes, so you can look on the label if there's still a label attached, and it'll tell you how much how many minutes you have on each tape. But here's how you tell. So on a cassette tape, you're going to see the ribbon of tape going right through the bottom. It's exposed and you don't want to touch it. And you'll also see the reels right here. If you remember, we used to put a pencil in here and turn them when they came sort of unrolled the wrong way, and we'd have to roll them back up manually. So those are the telltale signs that you have an audio cassette in front of you. On the other hand, if you have a video cassette, this is going to be covered with a plastic piece, and again, you don't want to lift that because the tape is underneath there and you don't want to touch it. And the reels are in the middle, but they don't go all the way through. So, and it will usually say high 8, or this one says video 8 on it. This is basically a small video cassette or a small VHS tape. The audio cassette we generally turn into an MP3 sound file, and you can store that on your computer, listen to it however you listen to music and podcasts now. And we can also turn it into an MP4, which has a video behind it, and then you can put it on YouTube and all the other video services. And the videos, of course, we just transfer over to an MP4. Now we all recognize these. This is a video cassette, and we can transfer these over too. Now, look, these are decades old now at this point. A lot of them are 40 years old and more. They were not great technology when they were out. They were the first, some of the first sort of video that a lot of us ever were able to make ourselves at home, especially if your family didn't do reel tapes in the, back in the day when we had reels. Anyway, so we can transfer these over very easily. We turn them into videos that go onto your computer, and then you can share them on services like YouTube and other services. You can share them privately as well. Now, if you thought you were clever and you transitioned those VHS tapes already onto a disc, keep in mind that markers damage discs and labels do too. So you probably did something to try and label those, and that, unfortunately, the disc itself will probably last forever in a landfill, but the data on it will not. And if you wrote on it or added a label, that can actually damage the information that's on the disc. So that has to be transferred one more time into a true digital format, and then you can edit it and you can do lots of fun stuff with it that you can't do today. Now, if you have some of these around, these USBs, and they come in tons of different shapes, but this end is the important part. Let me ask you a question. Which is more compelling? If you were to leave this earth today and you had a drawer or a handful of these in your life and somebody had to go through them, would it be this or this that they stopped to look at? And I know it's easy to put thousands of photos and videos on something like this. We do it every day, but this honestly is the more compelling way to tell your story. So having photos or having photo books in your life that tell your story. This one is the story of my trip to Australia and New Zealand. Having something like this around is instantly shareable and just a joy to look at. So you have all these options, you have all this media in your life. If you're wondering what to do with it or how to deal with it, or do you need to keep the original, please give me a call. We love to help make sure that you know how to get to all of your basic photos and everything in between. So give me a call. I'm Darla Demaro, heartworkorg.com, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.